Hey folks, hope you're all doing well and welcome to another episode of Guitar Arsenal for 2024. For this week, I'm going to be talking about a guitar that is doesn't get a lot of attention. It's kind of one of these sort of, underneath the surface type guitars. But, I love it so much that I had one, and like an idiot, I sold it, and then I missed it, and I went out and bought another one. So, the guitar that I'm talking about is a 2018 Gibson Firebird Standard. Now, people don't like these guitars. Why? Because they're big, and they're clunky. And they're right. It is big and clunky and kind of a little weird. The neck sort of starts at the body and goes out, so your arm is like kind of extra extended. The knobs are all kind of squeezed in tight here, so it's kind of hard to get at the knobs. This one's got the the mini tuners, and they're all real close together, so sometimes it's hard to tune. So it's kind of awkward. It's like sometimes I compare it to kind of playing a canoe. The thing's really long. And the case, literally, when I stick in the back seat, it goes from door to door. So, why the love for this thing? Well, I just played a gig last Saturday with this thing and was reminded once again how incredible this thing sounds. This is an absolute monster tonally of a guitar. And the neck on this is real comfortable. It's sort of, closest probably to a 60 slim taper, except that it kind of widens out and flattens out a bit as you go up the neck. But what an absolute monster of a guitar. And these pickups are not mini humbuckers. The pickups that come in these Firebirds are designed specifically for Firebirds. So these are not your typical mini humbucker pickups. It's a 3-position switch, right? Rosewood fretboard. That's the back of it there. It's big and it's awkward, but it's not very heavy. It's actually pretty light. And man, this thing just sounds absolutely phenomenal. The tone I was getting going through my Friedman head and 212 cab it was ridiculous how good it sounded. It made me sound way better than I am, for sure. So, in describing the tone, it's different than an SG. It's certainly different than a Les Paul. Even a Telecaster, and I'm going to point up to a video that I'm going to post where I compared it to those three guitars. This thing has its own voice, right? If you can kind of get around the lack of ergonomics with this thing, with these guitars, man, go out and get one. But here's a problem. They don't make these anymore. Gibson currently does not make a straight up Firebird Standard. They don't do them anymore. So if you want to get a Firebird now, unfortunately, you got to go custom shop, and that's ridiculous money. I paid $1,400 for this. This was new old stock from 2018, and I think I bought it much later than 2018, maybe even maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So if you want to get Firebird, you're best off getting a used Standard. And my understanding now is because they no longer produce these, the prices for the regular old Firebirds are starting to rise. So I could probably make a lot of money on this if I were to sell it. But man, I sold it before and bought it. I'm not going to go through that again. It's so good. Unfortunately, because of the size, the length of it, it's rare that I can take this out at gigs, but whenever I get the opportunity, when we've got a big enough stage, this comes out and just absolutely just devastating tone on this. I can't I can't express enough how damn good this thing sounds. I'll point up here also to an original song that I recorded only using this guitar. So there you go. So thanks everybody for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.